Here I am again. I told you I was taking over. This is Sheila, and I'm back again. I told you Sheila's fixing to take over the internet, the marketing, the network marketing, the life coaching, and pretty much whatever else is out there because I'm very creative and I'm going to show you all the things that I can do. So there's going to be video after video after video after video. You're probably going to get tired of hearing Sheila and seeing Sheila, but you know what? Too bad. She's got a lot to tell, and a lot to teach. I have so many things to say. That's why you're going to see so many videos of me. But it's all good. It's all good. It's going to be really great to talk about a lot of things that has happened to me in my life and experiences that I've had to pass through. And those experiences can also help other people out there who have passed through the same thing. With poverty, lack, sexual assault, depression, all sorts of things that has actually kept me. God has kept me from turning to a life of what can I say? Sin, sin, a life of sin. Because I'm actually a child of God, and I believe Jesus is my Lord and Savior. And so I'm here to help a lot of people, get through things that they've been through. And so this is just my opportunity to invite you to my website, which I have plenty of them. I do lots of different things. I'm very creative, so many ways. God said He's gifted me with multiple talents, so you're gonna see videos of all sorts, because that's just me, Sheila. Okay, so I just like to invite you to my website, freelifecoaching.org, because it's a membership site and you can get like daily videos. You're gonna get my blogs and my testimonies and all sorts of things about me. And like, we just recently had a car accident. Oh my God. How God was there. He was there for me and my children. It was me and my sister and my three smallest children, my 17-month-old, my 4-year-old, and my 10-year-old, and we were on our way to Louisiana. Actually, we were coming back from Louisiana when we had the accident. We were coming back because we had just dropped my sister's son off to, so he could stay with his dad for Christmas. And it was this was on December the 23rd, 2009, okay? And we're sitting here really thanking God and just telling each other about how God has kept us and what God has done for us. And oh my God, y'all, oh my God, the truck that we were riding in, it just starts moving this way like this because it started raining really ugly. And we couldn't see anything, so we started decreeing and declaring that this rain was going to stop and it was going to clear up. Well, it did. But right after it did, oh my God, y'all, it's just like the truck, we're driving straight, and then all of a sudden it just starts going to the side like that. And then we just started sliding out of control, and the truck spins around. I don't know how many times it spins around before it started flipping. It spun around, then it started flipping. Oh my God. And I had just pulled my baby from the back of the truck because she was crying and she was teething, and I just pulled her from the back and put her on my lap, and I was holding her, okay? I was holding her in my arms. But through all this, she fell asleep. After she fell asleep, it's just like the truck started spinning and stuff, and it flipped. I don't know how many times. I know it was more than three. I mean, it was not less than three. I can tell you that. Well, anyway, I'm sitting here watching my sister's arms go all up in the air, and I saw my daughter go up and come down, my 4-year-old, and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm sitting here watching this stuff, and I'm like, I'm not scared, very confident that we're gonna get out of this, and I'm like, oh my God. So I turn around and look to see, because my daughter, my 4-year-old, she started screaming because she went up and came back down, and she started screaming because the stuff fell on her. Well, my 10-year-old pulled her closer to her, but she picked her up off the floor and pulled her to her. Well, my baby, my 17-month-old, she wakes up like, what's going on? And she looks at my 4-year-old, looks over the seat, looks at my 4-year-old. And then she's like, well, okay. So if you're screaming, I'm going to scream too. She started screaming even louder. It was funny. It was funny because we were not scared and we were very confident. It's just like no fear at all. I mean, it's just like we didn't reach or grab her. try to or anything like that because we knew God was with us. So we had so much confidence that we were going to get out this vehicle alive and really good, in good condition. And so my baby's screaming, and then she just stops and looks at me. I'm like, okay, are you finished? And so she stops crying, right? Anyway, I'm looking, and the truck is like turned sideways, and the driver's side is like on the ground. And I'm looking at my sister. I'm leaning over her, looking at her like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm okay." And so I look back to see if the girls were okay, and my 10-year-old's holding my 4-year-old, and I look and I see these hands coming through the window, and it's just like, I looked, I said, "Huh?" And the first thought in my head was Jesus, because they were white hands. I said, Jesus. And then my sister looks up, she said, huh? And she said, Jesus. We were both thinking the same thing. We looked at each other like, oh my God, like Jesus. So anyway, we heard the guy saying, come on, come on. So he pulls out my 4-year-old. Then he pulls out my 10-year-old from the back of the window, from the tailgate of the truck, from the back of the window, because it was turned sideways. And anyway, so I'm trying to stand up my 7-month-old, and my seatbelt's like really holding me. And so I let it go, and I kind of fell on my sister. She was reaching up for my 17-month-old, and she stood her up finally. And then when I fell on top of her, my sister was like, what was that? I was like, she thought it was dirt falling on the truck. And I was like, no, it was me. I fell on top of you. I said, are you okay? She said, yeah. I said, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to step on you. Anyway, so I was kind of worried about her being trapped up under the steering wheel, so I kind of went to the back of the truck, and I moved my seat and laid the one in the middle down, and so I moved so she could have space to get around. And I told her, can you get out? And she was like, yeah, okay. So I started breaking the plastic off the back window thingy, because it was like the two little glasses and the one in the middle, but the one on the driver's side had already been broke out. And my 4-year-old was not in her seatbelt because she was getting milk and drinking some milk, and when this happened, and she was just trying to click it, and that's when we just totally lost control. Anyway, she could have easily went out that window, but God kept her. So, um, my sister, I'm ripping the plastic off, so I get out, and then I turn around and I reach to grab her, and she's like, I'm like, come on, girl, come on. And she's like, I'm coming. Let me just maneuver my way out. So she maneuvers her ways out. And we get out and we're walking out. And I'm just like, I was inside and it was kind of darkening. And when I stepped out, I was like, oh my God, light. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like um, I just started laughing. I'm giggling because I was like, look at that devil tried. He keeps trying and trying and he keeps failing. I'm just like so excited because it's like the devil keeps coming at me and I'm just like passing every test. And the more I resist him, the more he has to try something else. He keeps trying and trying in every which way. And he's failing in every which way because I keep resisting him. So that's what's so good about it. And we got out of this accident, oh my God, with nothing. We walked out the truck and it should have exploded. She just put gas. It could have exploded. The truck was still started. The lights were still on. She turned it off. I'm telling you, God kept us in this accident. When I got out, I looked at my girls and their faces were glowing. They were glowing. I looked at my sister's face, was full of light. It was just like glowing. And the only thing happened though was when the guy pulled my daughter out, my 4-year-old, he kind of scratched her legs up against the glass on the window when he was pulling her out. Scratched her legs up in the back. And my 10-year-old gets out. She actually fell because she got a little dizzy and poked her hand, stuff in the hand with some glass when she was grabbing the thingy on the window. Well, anyway, the whole point is that we're here and we're live today, and it's amazing what God can do. It really is. It's amazing what God can do if you really put your trust in Him. So amazing. So I would like to repeat that website again. It's freelifecoaching.org. And the devil's trying to take me out because he don't want me coaching and he want me teaching you. He doesn't want you to know what God has showed me. So, we're already victorious. So we're not worrying about the devil. We're not worrying about the enemy. So he gets no glory here. Only God. God gets the glory. So anyway, there will be more videos. I don't have very much time because this is going to be posted on YouTube. So they only give you 10 minutes. So I'm going to have to redo it. I'm going to be recording another video. Okay. So visit that website and tell me what you think.